the openings are not big enough. What I've done already is I've taken a marker and I've drawn the line right there following to show the size of the opening that I want. Okay. Today we're working on the racks. I bought these commercial grade pallet racks. For me, safety always comes first. I don't mind spending a little bit more money and setting up these industrial racks. I don't want anything falling over. It's just safer and better for everybody. So I'm just gonna give you a quick little update. What's going on here? I put up the rack, putting up the wood frame. I got my iron guy here helping me do some customized work. Alright, so my iron guy finished. What he was doing was he was trimming these plates. I will show you and explain to you why I did it, but here it is. Let me get closer. There it is, okay? The plates were originally like this and like this. So when I put the two racks side by side, the plates are hitting each other, and I wanted to get the racks as close together as possible. Why make such a big deal out of such a small thing? Why make such a big deal out of a small thing, some of you guys might be asking. Well, see, I'm operating out of a commercial facility, and I have this exit door right here, right? For people who have warehouses and get fire marshals coming to inspect, so my rack is right here. These doors are 36 inches or 3 feet. So this door has to be able to open all the way. Right now, where the rack is, it's hitting the rack. And I'm gonna have more racks over here as well. So this door is only going to be able to open like 80% of the way, and if the fire marshal comes in and sees that, he's probably going to make me tear all this down because I'm blocking an important exit in case there's a fire, right? So sometimes that little bit thing, that tiniest bit of thing can just like blow up your whole project. So I'm taking every precaution, making sure I got things right, because I'm not going to put all this time, effort, and work setting all this up just to have it taken out. So, right, you got to do what you got to do, right? Okay, so that part is done. Now I'm going to be able to slide the rack over and continue working on the rest of the racks, and I will be filming more for you guys. So now I'm going to push this rack over, and then we can proceed on with finishing up the racks. Let's see if I can do this. Gotta use some power. Push it in. So just tell me how much more I need to go. Is that good? Is it touching now?
Yes, it's touching.
All right, perfect. All right, we're good. So now I got the space that I need to open the doors. So on to the next step. I more or less got the rack set up the way I wanted. It's already moved over against the other rack. I got enough space here. So now I'm working on the tanks. I'm ready to put these tanks up on the shelf. But the problem I'm having with these tanks is that the openings are not big enough for my taste, okay? I want the openings a little bit bigger. It's quite narrow, so sometimes when I'm trying to pull big fish out of there, it'll be very tough. So I'm gonna modify these tanks and cut the openings bigger, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do that. The first step, obviously, is to mark the lines, the guidelines for me of where I want to cut and how big I want the opening. So I already pre-measured it. I know what size I want. So I'm gonna do the markings right now, and then draw the lines. Got the line that I'm going to follow for my cut. I'm pretty much going to double the size of the opening, and I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to have to do a bunch of these tanks, but I'm just going to show you one, and then the rest is pretty much the same. What I'm going to do first is drill a couple of holes here so that I can get my saw blade, my jigsaw blade in there. So I'm going to do one hole right here first. Okay, come in closer, too. Alright, so here we go. Okay, there's one hole there in that corner. And then I gotta do another hole in this corner. Right there, okay? Oh. Okay, got that out. All right. So what I drilled there was just a pilot hole. Now I'm gonna switch to a bigger drill bit so that I can make the hole bigger. And this will be the hole. The hole will be big enough now to fit the actual saw blade. There we go. There's no need to push too hard. When I was pushing too hard, that's when the drill was kicking back. You just go nice and slow and let the drill bit do the work. Here we go, see? Ready? Here we go. Two cuts done. Now, I'm going to do the long cut. Now, when it comes to cutting acrylic, the blade gets hot and it will start melting the acrylic. So once you feel that the saw is not pushing through as easily as when you first started, it's good to just stop for a second, let the blade cool down, let the acrylic cool down. Okay, but I'm almost done. Continue now. There we go. So now you see, opening's much bigger. I can put big fish in here and easily get them in and out. I'm just going to continue doing the same thing on these other 4 tanks, and then when I'm ready to move on to the next step, I will let you know. One thing I did want to point out is, after cutting the acrylic like that, the edges are really sharp, alright? So you don't want to leave it raw like that. So what I typically do is I take the chisel, the edge of the chisel, and run along the corners of it, and scrape the sharp corner off. Once you do that, it's nice and smooth. See, I won't cut myself in. Over here, it's very sharp. I didn't do it yet. Basically, it's just like that. Apply a little bit of pressure, and see, now it's nice and smooth. Okay, there you go. Alright, on to the next thing. I finished all 4 tanks, so now I'm happy with the opening. It's a good size, much easier for me to work with, and you know, long term, it's always best to take that extra step to get things done right, because me, myself, I know that if I didn't do it, I'm going to regret it big time, and I'm probably going to end up taking down the system and doing it again anyways. I believe in getting things done the right way first. I believe in getting things done right the first time around. So next step is to get these up on the racks. And actually, before getting up on the racks, I got to clean it all up. There's still a lot of algae. I got to take out all the plastic bits. But I hope you guys learned a little bit about something about working with acrylic, and I'm sure as I do more projects and more things, I'll be showing you guys more tips on how to work with acrylic as well. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next part of setting up this rack system. Okay, thank you guys.